welcome to Sew Addicts. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these bad boys. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some DIY tassel earrings. Like totally slapping me in the face. I absolutely love these. These have been on and off in trend, I feel like, over a couple of years, but they really were in this year. At least I saw them in stores this year, I think. Yeah, so these are super colorful and fun. You can mix different colors to make these earrings, and I really feel like it was a trend that didn't really pick up as much as it should have. Yeah, so I decided to make a mini tutorial for you guys showing you how to make these tassel earrings, and it was super easy. It took me about 20 minutes to make them, so imagine how many you could do in an hour or two. Like, you would have a lot of tassel earrings. And if you're not a straight dangling earring kind of gal, I also showed you guys how to make these fantastic, just beautiful hoop earrings that are super fun and multicolored. Like, you could put different color tassels, same color tassels. You could even put different color tassels in the dangling one as well. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to make yours. Just make sure to get the right tools, and I did link all the tools down below for you guys so you can purchase them super easy and super accessible. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you being here as well. If you haven't hit the subscribe button already, make sure to do so you can see more awesome videos from me. And let's just get started with our tutorial.
So the first thing we're going to go into is our set of tools we need, and the first thing we need are these sets of earring posts that I just got from the craft store or any jewelry store really, and these come in a set of 4 pieces, and you could get any kind of earring posts you want. I just got studs. Now you have these jump rings, and these didn't really show well on camera, but these are a set of 80 jump rings that are 12 millimeters wide, and these are going to be used for our earrings as well. And then we also got some ear hoops that are also going to be used for our earrings. And the last thing you pretty much need are these pliers or jewelry pliers that you could find in any craft store. And now for a main thing, now we're actually going to be using tassels. Now these come in different colors and can be found in the trim section of any craft store. And these can also be the tassels from your curtains. So if you don't have these, you can also use the tassels from curtains as well. So these actually come apart pretty easy. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure to pick out all the strands from your set of tassels. These also come in yards, so I got about 1/4 yard just for the tassels, nothing really fancy. And now I've actually put mine apart. So the first thing we also want to do is make sure that all our strands are kind of laid equally from side to side. I mean, this isn't going to be perfect, but you want to make sure that they're laying equally. So I have everything laid out in this set. You don't want the strands to be too much or too less, depending on how thick you want your earrings to be. So I got one of these jump rings and opened them right up, and I'm actually going to be putting it into my sets of strands. So you want to just put everything into those jump rings just like this, and then we're going to be closing up the jump rings nice and tight. You could even make your jump rings kind of overlap each other so they stay nicely, and I'm just putting that ugly end inside, as you guys can see. So now I'm grabbing one of the strands again, and then we're going to be tying right at the end of our fold. So make sure to tie this pretty nice. How many knots you want depends on you. If you know any fancy knots, this is kind of the point where you tie those fancy knots so they stay nice and tight. So tie them as much as you want, just to make sure that they hold nicely. And when we're done tying, we're just going to take a pair of scissors and snip the ends, and voila, you have your earrings. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is grabbing our post. Now I have studs, but you could also get different kind of posts depending on you. Now these studs actually have the ring at the end that opens, so I open that, and I'm going to be putting it into my jump ring. So put it into your jump ring, and we're going to take the pliers and just close that end, as you guys can see, so it holds the tassel earring in place. Now that was super easy, wasn't it? So now I have my tassel earring, but then I also want to make sure that they're equal at the bottom. So I'm just grabbing that, making sure they're equal. Depending on the length you want, you could also kind of put it on your ears to make sure that you have the right length. And then you just snip all that extra fabric away and you have a perfect tassel earring. So I went ahead and actually made the other set as well. Obviously you need two. So I'm just showing you guys how to match that up so they both match as well. So I'm grabbing it and same thing, placing them together, making sure that they match. And I also took a pair of scissors and cut the other one to match the first pair. So now we have both our tassel earrings all done. So for this video, I'm also going to be showing you guys how to do hoops if you're really not a tassel dangling kind of gal. For this, I'm actually going to be mixing two colors together just to have a little bit of variety. And same process for this as well. We're also going to be picking out strands of our tassels, as you guys can see. And again, you want to make sure that they are even or kind of even from ends to ends. And depending on the thickness of your earring, you could grab as many strands as you want. Now I'm gonna be putting these into the hoops. Now for these, my strands, I didn't want my tassel to be too long on the hoops, so I actually went ahead and cut my tassels in half because they were long enough. If you don't have your tassels that are gonna be long enough, make sure to just leave them the way they are. But mine was actually long enough, so I cut it in half. So now we're actually going to be putting them into our hoops, and as you guys can see, I have that extra long tassel at the side. This is what we're going to use to tie the tassels in place, just like we did for the dangling earrings. So now that you have them all straightened out on the hoop, make sure they're kind of even on both sides, not perfect but kind of even. And then we're also going to tie them just like we did for the dangling earrings. Again, you want to tie this as tight as possible and so it stays nicely in place. So I just went ahead and put a bunch of knots up there, and you also want to snip that, and that is your first tassel on your hoop earring. So you want to pretty much repeat these process for even the different colors. If you have 2 or 3 colors, you pretty much want to repeat this process all around the hoop. So I went ahead and actually added this light blue greenish one on there, and after this light bluish greenish one, I'm going to be adding the black as well. So as you guys can see, I did this for a whole set, and I have the blue, black going all around. And now I'm actually just going to be trimming these because they're all uneven. So I'm actually going to be trimming this, and you could just grab a tape measure, nothing too fancy, to kind of draw how long you want them to be. And again, you kind of put them on your ears to make sure that you want them shorter or longer. And when you have those markings, you can just go right ahead and cut these into shape. And now you have a beautiful pair of tassel hoop earrings and dangling tassel earrings.
So that is pretty much the end of this tutorial. I really hope you guys had fun making this project, or you had fun learning about how to make these beautiful earrings. They're super fun, super easy to make. I really hope you guys actually make them. And if you do not hesitate to tag me in any of those awesome pictures on Instagram at DamiaDay9KX. And I kind of want to know what you guys think about this project. If you had any difficulties, or you think it's going to be super easy, opinions, suggestions, ideas, anything, make sure to scroll down and leave me a couple of words and comments about anything that's on your mind and you really just want to tell me. If you also like this video, please drop a big like for this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit down that red subscribe button to see more awesome videos from me. And I hope to catch you awesome sew addicts next week.